first quarters. They both mentioned the crowd. So what's it been like for you to have them back in the last couple of months and have that as an extra thing you guys can feed off of?
I don't know what the capacity number is, but I feel like it's going up and up every game. The energy's there. I mean, obviously the last two were big games for us, and you can feel it. I mean, starting the season off in empty arenas, it's a different vibe. It's a different energy. So to have fans back, it's definitely more enjoyable to watch, I'm sure. And while you're out there too, you get a lift.
When we talked to you on Wednesday, you said you were immediately thinking about this game when Wednesdays ended. How rewarding is it for you to see the team just completely lock in on this, not lose sight of it in 48 hours, and then come out the way you guys did?
Yeah, man, that's our team. That's each and one and every guy in here. Everybody wants to get better. Nobody's complacent. And I don't think we're slowing down. I think we can only get better with more experience. This is still our first year together with the group that we have here. So, we're still building to get better because we know we have a lot of things to clean up before, later in the season.
And next up, we have Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic. He'll be followed by Nick King.
You're talking about your attendance here. It was 6,000 tonight. Supposed to be 550 plus, so that plus is.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like 9 or 10 in there. I'm cool with it though. Get them in there.
I wanted to ask about your shin. Is that good? I know you played through the second half, but I didn't know if that was bothering you in the second half at all.
Yeah, it was just shin to shin. Bad play by me by running into him and fouling Joe, but he's okay. I'm okay. And, it's fine.
Quick follow on the sideline. You hit the shot over Gobert, and I didn't know if Mikal and DeAndre gonna let you get back down the court because they were holding you up. What's that been like, having those moments with guys and it's flowing and teams playing well, and then something like that happens during that stretch?
Yeah, I mean, that's just having fun with it, man. This group is so supportive, top to bottom. I've played for not many different teams, but many different situations with different players. And, you look around the league at some teams, and not everybody has a vibe like this or energy like this throughout. I always say, it's a great environment to get better in when, you have everybody supporting you, everybody being honest with you. And those are the same people that can, give me constructive criticism at any part of the game, and I'm listening to them. So, that's the name of our group, man. We're just trying to get better and supporting each other along with it.
And next up, we have Nick King, followed by Gina Mizell.
Devin, I know a lot's been made about the team struggles your first handful of years in the league, that you guys are now not just going to the playoffs, but the top seed in the West. Does it ever get unreal for you?
I always say I don't want to take it for granted. I know what it took to get here. I know how hard it is to win in this league at any level, just one game. So that says a lot about our group, just staying the course throughout the season. I mean, we've had ups, we've had downs, and, we continue to get better and grow through it all. So every loss that we've had, we've responded well and learned from it. And that's the tale of the season for us. Even when you take a loss, how do you respond and how do you learn from it? And, I feel like we've gotten better after every loss that we've had.
All right, next up we have Gina Mizell with Suns.com, followed by Kent Summers.
Hey, Book, to kind of go back to the topic of the bench celebrations and the group that you guys have, just how have you been able to create, it just feels like you have this great balance as a group where it is that environment to get better, and like you said, the competitiveness, but also just the joy and enjoying being around each other. How'd you go about creating that, especially given the strange circumstances of this season as well?
Not one person create that. That's everybody buying in. It's everybody trusting each other, and it just happens over time. Having great leaders, great ears, great listeners, great talkers, understanding people's personalities, understanding when to give somebody the space, understanding how to approach different type of people different ways. So, it all goes into leadership, and not just from me, not from Chris, all the way down the locker room, through the coaching staff, through the training staff. So once you have everybody bought in like that, you know, if you're not bought in, you know, you look like the outcast, and, you know, there's not one of those in this group.
We have time for 2 final questions. Next up, we have Kent Summers with the Arizona Republic, followed by Chryso Saltis.
That first half when Chris is out, he's on the baseline, crouched, coaching and watching, even when the ball's at the other end. One, do you see yourself doing that at age 35? And what does that mean to a team when a guy with his experience is willing to do that and wants to do that?
I don't know. I'm trying to get 35 one, but I mean, that's Chris Paul, man. You know, it's no flugazi when you hear point guard and you hear one of the greatest leaders to play this game. That all stemmed from, you know, wanting to be the best. You know, you can see he's on the pursuit of that every single day. And it's contagious and it's inspiring at the same time, especially growing up watching him and always having a respect for, you know, his competitive nature and how he approached the game. But, you know, he's always teaching, and at the same time, you can come to him with someone he's listening. You know, so that's the good thing about it. But, you know, he's always going to be in your ear. He's always going to give you some great advice, and, you know, with the thoughts of trying to better this team, and, you know, everybody's on the same page with that.
All right, Book, our final question comes from Chryso Saltis.
Hey, Devin, congratulations on the win and the performance as well. What is the aspect of your game, of your team, that you are most proud of so far in the season? And with wins like this, with games like this, do you feel that you are the best team in the NBA, or at least a championship caliber team?
My favorite part about this team is what I talked about earlier, you know, responding after losses. It's had some tough games this year that we've dropped, and, you know, we always find a way to regroup and keep the energy the same, not getting too high, not getting too low, not having the front runner mentality of, you know, being excited when we have it going, and, you know, when we take a loss, we're down. You know, we come in with the right mentality the next day of getting better